Do you know about the history of
Oh
Bruce
yeah,
Lee and
Gene LaBelle. Yeah, of course.
Did you research that before?
Yeah, well, I've always known it and everything.
Right.
And like, well, the stuntman hated Bruce.
Really?
On Green Hornet. No, it's in Matthew Polly's book. And before that, it's always been known. That's why Gene LaBelle was brought on, to teach Bruce respect for American stuntmen. Bruce had nothing but disrespect for stuntmen.
Really?
And he was always hitting them. He was always hitting them with his feet. He was always tagging. It's called tagging. When you hit a stuntman for real. And he was always tagging him with his feet, and he was always tagging him with his fist. And they got to be the point where like, no, I refuse to work with him.
Really?
And he had nothing but disrespect for American stuntmen.
Huh. That's interesting. I wonder what that was about. I wonder what his perspective would have been if somebody asked him to explain it.
It's like, they're just not good enough. They're pussies. I want to make it look real.
Okay. So he was hitting them to make it look real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't like that.
No.
That's unprofessional.
Well, that is unprofessional, but that's been done before in a bunch of movies by people that people say are assholes.
Yeah, and actually somebody else who had a reputation pretty similar to Bruce Lee's in that regards was like Robert Conrad.
Oh yeah.
During that time, yeah. And he did a lot of his own stunts, and he did some really, really gnarly shit. But and I've always been a big fan of Robert Conrad, but in the stunt community, he was known as Robert never met a stuntman he couldn't blame. Conrad.
The stunt world is a fucking crazy world because they're the people that occasionally die making movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is just nuts.
And look, and the thing about it is also, Cliff is a hand-to-hand combat killer. He, he fought in World War II. He fought with the Filipino resistance fighters, in the Philippines against the Japanese. If Cliff fought Bruce Lee at one of Aaron Banks's Madison Square Garden tournaments, Cliff wouldn't stand a chance against Bruce Lee at a Madison Square Garden martial arts tournament. But as a killer who has killed men before in a jungle, he'd kill Bruce Lee. He'd fucking kill him. Bruce Lee's not a killer. Bruce Lee's never really let loose on anybody. He's always had to keep it together in a martial arts tournament kind of way. If he's actually facing a guy who could actually kill him, it's a different story.